Hi, Michelle. I heard that you quit your job.
Hi, Susan. Yes, I quit the company where I used to work, and now I have a remote job. I thought it would be better that way so I can spend more time with Jason by being home more.
I see. But weren't you getting paid better with that job?
Sure, since it was a specialist job, I was getting paid more there.
I'm so surprised that George was okay with the decision you made there. You would have kept having a better income together with George to make your living easier and more stable. Gosh, I can't believe that you quit that job. That sounds absurd.
George and I actually have been already talking about this for a while, even before we got married. Because we moved after we got married, my workplace became a bit further than it used to be, so it made it harder for me to commute to work. Anyway, even with the remote work, I should be able to still make enough money to make a living as a freelancer.
Well, good luck with that. What I'm really trying to tell you is, you never know what will happen in the future, so I am worried.
Thank you, but you don't have to worry about us too much. We'll be fine. I have some savings too.
Well, Michelle, let me tell you what. What if George leaves you because of such an absurd decision?
What do you mean?
You know it yourself already, Michelle. You are not a normal woman.
I'm sorry, I don't understand. What do you mean by I'm not a normal woman? Are you saying I'm not normal just because I have a prosthetic right leg?
See, like I said, you know it yourself. It wouldn't surprise me if George dumps you because of your disability. Oh my, what a shame. For now, you would feel it's okay because you're still young. You know nothing. But when you get older, you'll be such a burden for George. I swear he is going to realize this.
I'm sorry, Susan, but I have to say that I think that's so rude of you to say to both me and George.
I don't think I am, Michelle. I'm not wrong, I swear. I'm just telling you the truth.
Well, Susan, this is so wrong of you to say all this about us, especially when we just got married. Hearing all of this from you makes me feel very sad. It's so hurtful.
Oh, stop, Michelle. I'm sorry, but again, I'm just telling you the truth. I'm a straightforward person, you know. I felt urged to tell you the truth sooner or later. I didn't mean it in a bad way at all. I'm saying this for you and George, so you should actually thank me for this.
Okay.
I'm just worried for him so much. My beloved son got married to such a burden like you.
Susan, I understand that you feel that way because I'm disabled, even though I don't believe that it's going to interfere with our life. But I will prove to you one day that everything you just said won't be the truth. So, would you please give us time and a chance? I promise that I'll be the best wife for George and make you very happy too.
Well, it'll cause a bad reputation anyway if you get divorced so quickly. Sure, like I said, you both are still young. You're not seeing the truth yet. Good for now, as long as you don't embarrass my son anymore beyond this. George is the smartest, had the best education, and is working for a big company. He is such an elite. I raised a perfect boy. You must know where you're actually standing, Michelle. You are not worth it for my son. Hey, Michelle, my daughter just told me. Are you serious that you're planning to have a wedding?
Yes, that's our plan. We're planning to do something small. It won't be anything crazy. We're planning to both have the ceremony and the reception.
Don't you remember what I said? I told you that you must know where you're standing. Did you forget already?
I mean, I don't understand what you're saying, Susan. I think it's normal for us to have a wedding. I believe that we're on the right path. Of course, there are some married couples who only fill out paperwork and don't do the wedding. But it's once in a lifetime. We wanted to have a wedding for us.
Are you out of your mind? Showing off your prosthetic leg in front of your future relatives?
Well, I don't think it'll be actually visible with a wedding dress, but is this a problem for you?
It totally is. This is not acceptable. It is going to be such a shame for George to have a bride with a prosthetic leg and reveal that in front of all of our family. You are already being a burden to him by doing this.
Is it really a shame to have a prosthetic leg? Sure, I have a prosthetic leg. One of my legs is not real, but I've been living my life just like how other people do. Maybe some people think I look awkward, but I'm never ashamed of myself.
What you think about yourself doesn't matter to me. This whole situation is bothering me so much. Don't you understand? I am so concerned for George. There is no way for anyone to be happy and congratulate my son for getting married to such a shame like you.
Susan, I'm speechless. I am truly in shock about hearing what you just said. You shouldn't be saying such horrible things. This is not right.
Huh, who cares? I'm only saying this to you. No one else is going to hear this. Also, I don't have anyone else around me who is faulty like you.
So, you seriously think that it's okay for you to say such things to me?
Yes. I am your mother-in-law, of course. I can tell you whatever I want to tell you, what is wrong about you. I have a right to tell you my opinion. I have to protect my family, so I'm responsible to tell you the truth.
Okay.
Anyway, please cancel your wedding. Don't even try to have one. You can't just do this to our family. It is such a bad idea. It is such a bad idea. Again, I'm telling you this. It will be such a shame for George. Everyone is going to laugh at him because of you. Who would honestly want to get married to such a faulty woman like you? What a mistake, poor George.
I don't think people who will be attending our wedding are going to have such terrible thoughts about us.
Huh, who knows? I'm certain that they do. Because even I, your future mother-in-law, feels that way. Why would other people not think the same? Sure, you can't read people's minds, but it's so obvious. You are the worst thing ever that happened to my family.
I don't know what to say to you, Susan. Yes, we can't read people's minds, and maybe some people have such terrible thoughts like you. I get it. Sure, I'm not an ordinary person. I am disabled. I'm not perfect. But I was never ashamed of myself because I've been living my life just like how other people do. And George and I are happy about our life. It doesn't matter what other people think about us. I'm sure George thinks the same way.
My son always loved something strange like broken toys, awkward little objects and all that since when he was little. That's exactly the reason why he became in love with you. You are broken. He was attracted to you because simply you were one of those strange things.
Okay, Susan, seriously, this is not right. You're being very rude to me. This is very insulting. George and I are truly in love. Our relationship has been beautiful and it just keeps growing.
No, Michelle. I am telling you this. That is just the fantasy you're having. Like I said, he always loved strange things, broken toys. You are a broken toy and he will eventually get bored of you. So it will be such a waste of time to have a wedding because I know for sure that you and George won't last any longer. Eventually, he's going to toss you into the pile with all the other broken things he's lost interest in.
We don't agree with that.
Oh, you are such a headache. What a stubborn woman. Like you have to understand already. You have to accept the truth I've been telling you. You have to respect my thoughts. Don't you feel sorry? If I were you, I would take a step back.
No, I don't feel sorry for being who I am. I know that not everyone in the world is kind, so I have to stay strong to live my life.
Well, excuse me. Are you saying that I'm one of the not kind people?
I think you should ask yourself about that.
So, you are saying that you are not going to cancel the wedding, even after hearing all my respectful thoughts. You're not going to listen to me.
No, we won't. This is the decision that we made. We're going to have a wedding for us.
Oh, what a disrespectful woman. Fine then, do it. But I already warned you. I am certain that you and George are going to regret the decision you made. It will be too late to cry about it later. So you should have not had a wedding. It is going to be so embarrassing.
I will try all my best to prove to you that this is the right decision that we're making and this is not embarrassing. We are not going to regret it.
Well, how? What can you do? You can't do anything. You can't even walk by yourself without a prosthetic leg, huh?
If you just keep insulting me like this, then it is a waste of time for me to keep chatting with you. I am not going to respond to your texts anymore. Talk to you later.
I am not insulting you. I'm just telling you the truth. You're just overreacting to what healthy, normal people say to you because you are jealous. Oh, I hate people like you. You don't listen. Please don't take advantage of my son being nice to you. You have to live in the shadow, and you shouldn't even bother us. You are a burden on my family. You are a burden on my family. Hi, Michelle. How are you feeling? Is everything okay? Nothing strange is happening to you.
Hi, Susan. What do you mean? Why are you asking that? That is such a weird question to ask.
Nothing weird, because I noticed something for you. Aren't you freaking out because you can't find your prosthetic leg?
I knew it. I knew you stole and hid my prosthetic leg somewhere. You are the only person I can think of who would do such a horrible thing to me.
Oh, you are so funny, Michelle. What makes you say that? Are you going to be able to prove that I did it? I don't think so. Anyway, that's too bad, isn't it? You are missing a leg for your important day. I'm just texting you to kindly let you know that I saw your prosthetic leg was burned in the garden. What a poor thing that happened to you. I feel sorry for you. It seems like you have to cancel your wedding today. You can't have a wedding without a missing leg.
Well, actually the wedding is already happening without you.
Huh? What does that mean?
Like I said, the wedding is already happening. Right now, without you.
Wait, what? Isn't the wedding supposed to start at noon?
No, our wedding started in the morning, not at noon.
Why the heck are you having the wedding without me?
Because that's what you told me. You told me that you don't want to join us for the wedding, don't you remember? When your family members asked if you're coming to the wedding, you told them that you're not coming. I even heard that you kept saying that there's no point for you to attend because this wedding is going to be a failure.
Unbelievable. Even if that is true, this is unacceptable. I am your husband's mother. This can't be happening. George wouldn't allow having the wedding without me.
Well, this is actually George's idea. He said that we don't have to invite you.
Then what about the time you told me? Did you give me the wrong schedule on purpose?
You kept saying that the wedding is going to be a failure. It is natural for us to think that you have some bad plans in mind. It's easy to predict that. Given that, do you think we would give you the correct date and time for a special day? I wouldn't.
That's impossible. Well, if you're having the wedding now, then what is happening to your leg? Your prosthetic leg is burned and gone. Are you telling me that you're having the wedding with a wheelchair?
No, I ordered a new one for myself for today, so don't worry, Susan, I have legs. It is sad to know that my old one is gone now because I've gone through my life so much with it for a long time and I miss it. But I'm also glad to know that I did the right thing in case something bad happened to it.
Jesus, I still can't believe this. Well, that means you're finally revealing your secret to all your future relatives. What a shame.
I said this to you so many times, Susan, but I never felt ashamed about having a prosthetic leg. I actually think that it's a shame for you to have such horrible thoughts. It's much more embarrassing to be you than to be me.
Oh my God. I am really regretting that I allowed George to get married to you in the first place. This can't be happening. You never listen to me. You never accept my advice. And you always complain about everything I say. I knew it was such a bad idea for George to have you. I don't need such a bad person like you in my family, especially as my son's wife. It's a shame to call you my daughter-in-law.
Oh, that's great to hear because I feel the same way, Susan. I don't need a bad person like you in my family who's insulting and just judges people by how they look. It's a shame for me, too, to call you my mother-in-law. If I have some kind and mindful people around me, like George, that's enough for me to be happy.
Oh, I just really can't stand you.
Oh, Susan, I'm just telling you the truth.
Unbelievable. How could you? You can't just have the wedding without me. This is really unacceptable.
Saying that back to you again, Susan. You burned my prosthetic leg. That is really unacceptable.
Cancel the wedding.
I'm sorry, no. We're not going to cancel our wedding. You said it yourself. I don't listen to you. I'm not going to hear any of your requests.
In that case, then, I am going to destroy your wedding now. I am going to separate you and my son. This is really happening, Michelle. You better get ready. You are going to regret that you set yourself against me. Hi, Michelle. How are you doing? Is George back home yet?
Pretty good, Susan, thanks. No, George is not home yet. I mean, I thought that he was there with you, isn't he? I thought he went to your place to talk about things. Didn't he visit you?
He did, yes. He was here with me and we were having a talk about me and you. He asked me to not contact you ever again.
Right, I thought that was the plan. That is great for both of us. Well then, I'm going to block you so you can't contact me. I won't be contacting you either, but you can block me too if you like. Take care, Susan, I'm going to block you now.
Wait, don't just do it yet. I wanted to tell you something, that's why I'm contacting you now. Before George gets there, I just wanted to apologize to you, Michelle, for all the things I've done to you. I'm so sorry.
It's fine, Susan. I just need you to pay for the burned prosthetic leg and then I'll be happy. You don't need to offer me anything else. I think you better go make apologies to the wedding venue for making a mess the other day. You literally tried to destroy things there. You haven't gone back there to make apologies yet after you were released from the police, right?
No, I haven't, but I am planning to do that tomorrow.
Great, I'm glad to hear that. I'm really glad to hear that you didn't cause any trouble for people who were having a wedding there. That would have been a real mess. I'm still very much in shock that you went to the wrong wedding venue, thinking that it was ours, and tried to destroy the ceremony. If you really did that, they would have demanded a huge amount of compensation for all the damage you would have made. It was fortunate that the security guard stopped you before you took any action. You're lucky and you should thank them.
Yes, I should. I know it was so wrong of me to do that. And again, I'm so sorry for the things that I've done to you. I really mean it. It was so foolish of me to insult you like that just because you have a prosthetic leg. I really regret it. I am so sorry.
What happened to you, Susan? You sound like a completely different person.
Well, I had to change, you know. After what happened, I reflected on myself and realized that it was really wrong of me for all the things I did to you and George. I was even caught by the cops. That's very bad. Also, on top of that, my kids scolded me and I should listen to them.
I thought they'd already been talking to you about bad things you've been doing since way before this happened. Are you just apologizing to me because they're cutting ties with you and because you finally got called out for the horrible person you are? Am I wrong? I don't think you actually wanted to apologize to me. I feel like you're trying to use me for your own benefit here to worm your way out of responsibility for what you did.
Huh? What are you talking about? I'm really feeling sorry. Can't you trust me? I know that I crossed the line way too much. Of course I don't want to cut ties with my family, but my apologies to you are coming from my true feelings. Trust me.
Thank you for your apologies, but I don't think things will change even if you apologize to me, Susan.
That's not true. I think it will. Since it was just a matter between you and me, I'm sure George will change his mind and won't cut ties with me if you forgive me. Think about it, Michelle. My family is about to fall apart because of you. Don't you understand that?
Because of me? Are you saying that it's all my fault that your family is falling apart?
Yes, it is because of you. If you didn't get married to my son in the first place, none of these things would have happened to my family. That is why I'm against your marriage. I knew it would be the worst thing to happen to my family. My family is literally about to fall apart. It's all your fault.
I don't think so, Susan. Your family is falling apart because of you, not me. It's all because of all the horrible things you've done and said to me. I was right. I knew you're not truly sorry to me at all.
I am truly being sorry. Jesus, you're unbelievable. What a drag you don't believe me. Seriously, what will it take to make you forgive me? I've already apologized to you so many times. Is that not enough for you? You are such a heartless person who's not caring about me being rejected by my own family.
You are correct. I don't care, especially since you're the one who caused the trouble and not me.
What?
Did I ever cause you any trouble directly by being a person with a prosthetic leg? Are people with prosthetic legs faulty just because we don't have real legs and being disabled? Did I ever harm you? Like, what did I actually do to you, Susan? Nothing. I'm just living my life. I am just a normal person like you. Just because I have a prosthetic leg, you have no right to hurt my feelings and be in the way of my life.
Michelle, I told you that I was just concerned about the future. If you ever had children in the future, they're gonna wonder why you don't have a leg. Like, they'll wonder why you're missing a leg, even though other mothers aren't. Because obviously, it is such a strange thing.
In this world, there are many people like me who are missing legs, hands, and some other parts of their bodies. There are people who can't move because of their sickness, or who are blind and deaf. There are so many people who are different like that. I'm different, but that's just the same as how we're all individually different people. We are all just different. If I ever have children, I'm going to teach them not to discriminate against people just because there's something different about their bodies, or anything else different about them.
Good luck with that. I assure you that they're gonna end up wishing to have a normal mother.
Sure, but I won't let that happen. I will give all my love to them. Of course, there may be times they will struggle because I'm different, but I am who I am. I'm not going to change. It's not like my missing leg will suddenly appear. I am staying as I am. I want to be a good mother to my children so that they can be proud of me. Same to George. I want to be a good wife to him who he can be proud of. I'm just going to keep doing my best to live my life.
Do whatever you want then. You win.
I will, but I don't think this is about winning or losing.
I'm just saying that I'm not going to say anything to you anymore from now on. So please tell my kids to reconsider.
I think that's a different matter that you have to figure out yourself separately, Susan.
Huh? What are you talking about? I just accepted you as a family member and promised not to bother you in the future. So everything has been settled.
Sure, that's great. But we haven't forgiven you for what you've done to me. It doesn't matter whether you accept me or not. We're still cutting ties with you.
Oh my God. Are you out of your mind? That was the whole point of making apologies to you. I admitted my mistake, so now it's your turn to compromise and forgive me.
I'm just gonna settle this matter by having you pay for my burned prosthetic leg and cutting ties with you. It is possible for me to even sue you for what you've done to me, but I won't. That is how bad you were to me.
Of course I will pay you for that, but I don't think we have to cut ties as a family. That is nonsense. Too much.
Susan, I don't think you have the right to say such things. It's too late now. I won't blame you anymore from now on for what you've done to me. So please reflect on yourself in a real way and stand on your own feet.
You don't understand. My husband passed away and I am all by myself now. I'm really gonna be alone if my children leave me.
Again, this is all happening to you because of what you have done. This is just the outcome of what you get. Now you know what the truth is, right? Who is the real burden to our family? You should know the answer. Ever since then, my mother-in-law stopped being in touch with me. The story of her burning my prosthetic leg on the day of the wedding spread right away, and all of her relatives even stopped being in touch with her because of that. Her action made her dear children, my husband and his sister, disappointed, and they don't talk to her anymore. Rumor tells us that all she does now is stay home alone. To begin with, since she's a harsh person who's been mean to people, she has no friends who care about her or check on her. Now that she lost her connection to her family, only God knows what she's feeling or thinking. Maybe she is regretting and trying to change, or still stuck with being who she is. Either way, I'm hoping that she's reflecting on herself for what she's done even a little bit. Having a wedding peacefully and celebrated by our amazing friends reminded me how grateful I am for what I have in my life. I am so lucky to have them and have a beautiful time together. I'm loving who I am now, and I can think that a prosthetic leg is just a part of me and my life. To tell you the truth, I used to feel ashamed for myself to have a prosthetic leg. There were times that I felt very bad about myself. But you have only one life to live. It would just be a waste of time blaming myself. I'd rather like to live my happy life and think about what is good about myself. Having someone who loves you and having friends who can be happy for you are such precious things. I truly think that having them is enough for me to make my life full of happiness. I could never imagine that there would be a time I could think this way in the past. But I can now, because I've accepted being who I am. Maybe I'm just one of the disabled people in the world, and people would just see me that way, that I'm different and not normal. And it is true that I sometimes need more support than other people. But that doesn't make me give up on being happy and being reserved about trying things. I'm sure that something hurtful may happen to me again because of having a prosthetic leg, but again, I am who I am. I'm not going to let them break me, and I will get through it with big smiles and with my beloved husband. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit the thumbs up and subscribe to see more videos.